Hey everyone, Metagross Freak here. I know I haven't been making, or producing or uploading or whatever, any videos lately. I'm sorry about that. I'm still getting used to the work schedule. It's 20 less hours. Because with the work schedule, I'm working basically 20 hours in addition to my school, to all the different schoolwork I do. So that's 20 less hours that I have now than I had when I was making a video every day. I don't know why I just got the hiccups on like the start. So I did, as you probably if you probably remember, about a week before, about a week ago actually, I did my personal skill tree for Wilhelm. I'm waiting for them to update this with Jack, or Jack's doppelganger. I think his name is Timothy in the game. But I want to also go over the other two characters I want to try out, which is going to be Claptrap and Athena once I get this game. Nisha looks pretty cool, but I haven't really decided whether or not I want to play as her yet. I have seen a lot of people, though, on YouTube, especially like Cathalion and Morning After Kill and Baru playing just Athena and Nisha, so I think I'll go with Claptrap. Now, I've been told that Claptrap has a really poor early game. I don't know what the more popular tree on him is, so I don't know which tree is the one that's really weak early game. But I'm looking forward to trying him out. Let me turn that down a bit. Now, most of the people I've been seeing on YouTube have been saying that they're going to be going down the Fragmented Fragtrap. My initial idea was to go down I Love You Guys. However, it doesn't seem like I'll be multiplaying very much, as I've had Borderlands 2 for almost an entire year, and I've had almost no interaction in multiplayer, even though I have about 10 friends who play. Sorry, that was poor timing by my Claptrap, which is a ringtone I have on my phone. That was unintended, but it actually worked out pretty well considering the topic of the video. So unlike most people who are going to be going down Fragmented Fragtrap, which just seems a little too random to me, I'd rather go to Boomtrap, because when I think of Claptrap, I don't think of him just being random as hell. I think of him breaking things, because Claptrap is like klutz. Start off, I pick you have to pick Vault Hunter EXE, just so you can even have abilities. And from what I've seen in gameplay, even though it's pretty random, there's actually some pretty decent stuff. Plus the fact that it heals you and then gives you health regen for the duration is pretty cool. Comparing Killbot, which restores health but costs your shields, versus fire rate and reload speed, but makes the accuracy a little bit worse. Having played Gage with Anarchy, I can tell you that, I don't even really notice the accuracy decrease until she has like 50 stacks, with like 50-ish stacks. Meanwhile, Killbot actually costs you your shields, and Claptrap has a bunch of abilities that actually help if you have your shields up, because the shields are a lot better in this game, so I think I would rather not give up 10% of my max shields per kill. So I'm going to go into drop the hammer. Next up we have a Repulsive. When struck by a melee attack, you emit a powerful blast wave which pushes the enemy away, dealing explosive damage. So basically it's kind of like an explosive spike shield add-on. I kind of like that. However, compared to Coincidental Combustion, which adds on explosive damage to non-explosive guns, I think this is far better. If you've seen my gameplay with Krieg and if anything with Gage, or even with my current set for Maya, I use a lot of explosive guns. So the fact that this adds on a 35% chance to be explosive, and I can just have another element going, is pretty awesome. I could put a 1 point into one of these two, but Second Wind by Tedior is just a really cool thing, because it kind of reminds me a little bit of it kind of reminds me a little bit of having a Firehawk going, while in Fight for Your Life. You could do I'm Rubber, You Are. I could do I Am Rubber, You Are Glue, but Torque Fiesta, while it seems really cool, I don't know if it's worth blowing yourself up. Even though, you know, having the 25% bullet ricochet chance as a kill skill is pretty cool. So maybe if there's a point or two left over, I might put it in there. Start with a Bang gives fully loaded guns, explosive novas, and hurting you a little bit. Again, kind of like with Killbot, the hurting yourself is not super ideal. However, load and explode increases explosive damage whenever you reload. This can stack, each stack only lasting a few seconds. And like I said before, I'm a big fan of explosive, and so the fact that I can get 5 stacks of 20% each means I can double my explosive damage, which, you know, again, I don't even have to be using an explosive gun to deal explosive damage, so I like that idea. I really like Hyperion Punch, but sadly it's just not nearly as good as One Last Thing, which is basically Money Shot. If you played Salvador, or at least if you've taken a look at Salvador, you'll know that One Last Thing is essentially Money Shot, except more awesome on Claptrap. I mean, look at that. 400% bonus damage. That means you're doing 5 times damage on the last bullet in a clip. And in order to do that, you only have to have a clip size of 8 or higher. That is amazing. Especially if you have a shotgun, like one of the, especially if you have a Torg shotgun, which costs 4 ammo per shot, you can just go bang, and because it consumes 4 ammo per shot, as long as you have, if you have 4 or less bullets in your clip when you fire, you're guaranteed to do all that massive damage on your god tier shotguns. I do want to give some credit to Hyperion Punch though. Even though I'm not using it, it's still a pretty cool idea. Especially because, you know, as Claptrap goes, you probably wouldn't expect him to have a melee ability, and yet this melee override essentially makes him even more OP by applying explosive damage, which is, you know, with Load and Explode and Coincidental Combustion, is really easy to do with Claptrap. You gain stacks of Hyperion Punch, and when you get 5, you can just, instead of your normal melee attack, which I'm assuming is just like a Claptrap slap or whatever, I haven't seen him melee yet. Instead, you like throw a quote-unquote super awesome punch that deals fire damage, consuming all the stacks. I would assume that's pretty cool. However, I haven't seen it tested, and it does say rank 1 damage, so I think it can be best assumed that it doesn't scale well. So even if if you're in just normal mode, Hyperion Punch could be really good, but going to True Vault Hunter mode and possibly even Ultimate Vault Hunter, this would probably start to scale down. However, Living Near the Edge is probably one of Claptrap's best abilities, just because it not only gives you the crazy fire rate and the crazy reload speed, but it gives you pirate ship mode, which, as we've seen in gameplay, especially on IGN's various videos for Claptrap, pirate ship mode is amazing. So there's 25 points left. 22 have been spent on our boom trap tree. I really kind of want to go down Fragmented Fragtrap, but I'm not as big of a fan of all the subroutines. So I think I'll go, I guess you could call it a solo mode. I love you guys. You gotta have Maniacal Laughter. The extra status effect chance is really nice. I'm not sure if that's 20% of your percentage, or if that just adds on 20%, making like a 10% gun become 30%. I'm not sure if that's how it works. But either way, 20% status effect chance added on is nice. And the fact that you're going to create stacks like crazy and regenerate health for each of those stacks will just make him pretty damn tanky when you're not on Vault Hunter EXE. You can do Kick 'em Onlys down. However, I haven't seen much use in Clap in the Box. It seems like kind of an interesting ability. but unless you're like unless you're in melee range, Clap in the Box isn't going to be too helpful. So really, you're only going to get it for the aggro, which from what I've seen in on Twitch, drawing aggro from enemies hasn't been too big of a problem. Meanwhile, All Things Are Awesome increases various stats and helps out because it also gives your teammates that buff if you're playing in multiplayer. Meanwhile, Through Thick and Thin gives you that bonus to cooldown and even gives your allies the cooldown bonus as well. VaultHunter.exe has a 40-second cooldown, so I think that just because we don't have anything to boost VaultHunter.exe save for pirate ship mode, I think I'll give it that cooldown rate. Next we have You're Gonna Love Me, which unlocks the action package of Gun Wizard, basically giving you Discord. It's basically Discord, giving you crazy fire rate and reload speed. And also, the Friendship Novas, which heal you and allies and hurt ally. It hurts. Oh no, that's the Friendship Nova. I was thinking of the Omega Nova. So yeah, I'm gonna do You're Gonna Love Me, but I'm also gonna do It's a Trap card, which whenever your shield is depleted, you release the Mega Nova. It's because of this Mega Nova that I'm not using Killbot or Start with a Bang, because I want my shield to be as full as possible. I don't want to be taking extra. I don't want to be taking extra damage. I only want to be taking the damage that my enemies are giving me. That way my shields can recharge faster, so I can whoop people in the butt. That being said, I'm also going to be just boosting my shields. 15% recharge rate and 13% delay aren't amazing, but really with this, I guess you could call this a support tree. All of his better abilities are up near the top until you get to high 5. You can use your remaining points to either increase magazine size, give you second wind bonuses, or increase your max health and give some damage reduction. And from what I've seen, second winding hasn't been an issue. So I'm going to go with Painful Simulator is Painful, which increases max health and it gives you a small amount of damage reduction. I'll put another point in high 5, guys. And that leaves us with, leaves me with 3 points remaining. I know this video has been a pretty decent length, probably around 7-8 minutes. I don't have the exact number, but there's 3 points remaining. I would put a point in Painful Simulator is Painful. So wherever you decide to put, this is just my opinion of a good build, so wherever you decide to put it, you can just choose from there. You could put a point in Kick 'em Mollies Down if you really want Clap in the Box. If you really want I Am Rubber, You're Glue, you can put a point there. You could put a point in Safety First, which reduces damage a little bit, but drastically improves your defenses, either giving you increased capacity and regeneration of either your health or your shields. Or you could put a point in All of the Guns, which gives you your various subroutines. I'm not going to be going too much into the big subroutines. However, I do like the fuzzy logic. Claptrap references fuzzy logic in Borderlands 2. And basically, this idea is you're going to be restoring a lot, so you're going to be taking a lot of damage anyway, so you kind of want to get this bonus to crits. It's only a 20% boost, but I think that kind of makes up for the fact that, you don't have all these extra abilities. Just as a side note, this is the build I'll probably be using for my Claptrap. I'll either go down Boom Trap first or I Love You Guys first. If you are on Steam, please add me. I would love to play with you guys, even though my schedule isn't super accommodating. I'd love to play with you guys. Just add me on Steam at Metagross Freak, and I'll play with you. And actually, I was going to do a second part of this video, but I'll do that in a separate video. So until next time, I'm Metagross Freak, and I hope to see you on Alpus. Bye.